Once you're ready to get started with our 3D platformer, head over to nrgcore.com and first grab a copy of the NRG Sandbox. We're going to use the NRG Sandbox as a basic template. We're going to start deleting stuff and replacing to create our MicroLand. So under Learning, Demo Projects, and NRG Sandbox, click on the upper right corner to download the nrgsandbox.zip file. Repeat the same process for the assets that we will be using for the next few sessions under Learning, Microgames, and MicroLand. Once again, on the upper right corner, download the microland.zip. Decompress that at a convenient location, and next jump to the File Explorer for the platform that you're currently using, either Finder for macOS or Explorer for Windows, and enter the NRG Sandbox directory and create a copy of the nrgsandbox.npk and place it at a convenient location, like in this case on my desktop. Once our nrgsandbox.npk is in place, head over to the NRG editor and open project, nrgsandbox.npk, confirm that. Right away, the editor is going to ask me if I want to unpack the active project. I'm going to confirm. Like that, I have a NRG Sandbox directory that is created at a location that I have read and write access. Later on, you can rename that directory to be something like NRG MicroLand, in example. But for now, we're just going to proceed. So we are going to go first under the root, and we are going to create a new asset group for our micro game, which is going to be called MicroLand. L-A-N-D, please. Okay. Create that. And under Sandbox, I'm going to click on my Sandbox scene here, and I'm going to hit the Duplicate Asset button, and I'm going to rename that scene to be MicroLand, and I'm going to simply drag and drop it under the MicroLand directory. Since we're here, we're going to need to create another directory for the environment. The first thing that we're going to do, we're going to replace that sky dome here. So I'm going to double click on MicroLand, create a new asset group that I'm going to call Environment. And under environment, open that up, I am going to create two new asset group, one for my radiance cube map and another one for my irradiance cube map. All right. So I'm going to jump here, and under properties scene, I'm going to unload the current scene, and I'm going to select MicroLand, which is basically just a duplicate. And I am going to go under, I'm going to hit Shift and 2 to enter my second render layer, and I'm going to go under the outliner, and I am going to select all the objects that are below the sun. I'm going to keep the skybox and the sun, and I am going to simply drag all the way down here to select them all, and I'm going to hit delete to remove. So I'm going to start by replacing my environment. So I'm going to go under MicroLand environment irradiance, and with that selected, I'm going to go under asset and import, and inside the MicroLand directory that you have extracted, go under the irradiance directory and hold shift to select all these faces. These are the faces for the sky, for the cube map that we're going to create and then apply to the skybox. So we are going to open that up, click here to batch import. Everything is here. We're going to go this time under radiance, asset, import, repeat the same process, go down one level, go on radiance, hold shift to select everything here, open that up, batch import, create, and we're done. Now we're going to create two blank cube maps. So I'm going to go here under irradiance, and I'm going to go under asset, cancel. I'm going to go under asset, and then new cube map and static, and I'm going to call it irradiance. I'm going to confirm that. I'm just going to create a blank cube map for now, and we're going to fill in the information later. I'm going to go now on radiance, same thing, asset, new cube map and static, and it's going to be radiance. And this time I'm going to enable the minification filter and say linear mipmap linear. We have a 5 or 6 level of mipmap that have been generated here. So we want to use them. So I am going to create for the radiance cube map, a mipmap cube map. So I'm going to create that. And I have now that in place. As you can see, if I enter wireframe, we are having, and first of all, we are the background, the clear color here is set to black. It's kind of clashing with my wireframe. I'm going to go under the coding layout and renderer, and I'm going to go under geometry, and I'm going to change a clear color to be something more friendly, like half gray. Set F 0.5, build that, and I'm going to go back to my default layout here. So like that, my background, my clear color now is gray, so it's not clashing too much with my default wireframe color. So we're having an hemisphere here. Our MicroLand, we're going to have that, our levels that is going to basically hang over in the air. So we want to have a full sphere here. So what we're going to do, we are going to go under MicroLand here, and we are going to next jump to Blender. And inside the Blender file that you receive under the MicroLand directory, we're going to select the Sky Dome here. And I'm going to go under File, Export Collada, and I'm going to specify that it's the selection only. In Geometry, triangulate and apply viewport modifier, confirm that. And now I have my Sky Dome exported. I'm going to go back to the NRG editor, and under the MicroLand directory, I'm going to go under Asset and Import. Go down one notch, and microland.dae, open that up. I'm only interested in the geometry. I just want to update the geometry of that Sky Dome here. So I'm going to turn off materials. I'm going to turn off animations, skeletons as well. And under visual scene, I am going to turn off everything, and I'm simply going to import the geometry. Confirm that. I got the mesh directory that is now created, and with my Sky Dome skybox selected, I'm going to go under properties, static mesh, open up the first LOD, and simply drag and drop my new mesh. And now you can see that we have a full Sky Dome. So next, we're going to update the actual material of that Sky Dome, which is currently located here under Sandbox, Material, and Skybox. So we're going to create a copy of that. I'm going to go under Sandbox, Materials, select the Skybox material, hit the duplicate button, and I am now going to double click on MicroLand to create a materials directory, because I do not have one at the moment. And materials, my new Skybox, and I'm going to simply drag and drop that into the MicroLand materials directory. Quickly rename that by double clicking on the asset. There you go. And I am now going to drag and drop this guy right over here for my Sky Dome. So you can see that now it is connected to the MicroLand Skybox material. Under properties and materials, I am going to first cancel that and drag and drop my Skybox for editing. Now I'm going to fill in my radiance cube map. As you can see now, it is still connected to the Sandbox environment. I'm going to have to replace that. So I'm going to go under MicroLand and radiance, drag and drop my cube map here. It is blank, so we're going to fill in the blanks. Negative X here. We're going to have a negative Z, and next is positive Y, and negative Y, positive X, and fill in the last blank. And we want to make sure that we're going to have those level of mip maps. So I'm going to crank that up and set it to 5 here. It seems that there's 0 to 5. So this is what have been generated using CMTF Studio, which is basically a tool, a free tool, cross-platform tool that allow you to pre-filter cube map for PBR rendering. So this have been generated automatically. So I got that set up. Now I am going to push space bar with my viewport selected to enter the application view. And I have my Sky Dome that it's now in place. If I push 0 to move my camera around, hold the right click button and move around, I can see that it's updated. I am going to actually, the blur level I've been set for the one of the Sandbox. We're going to fix all the visual later. We are first going to concentrate on bringing in all our assets. And after that, we're going to expand from there, and the visual tweaks will be part of it. So we have now our Skybox in place. We are going to next import our asset library.